Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Spiritual Grind. We hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to follow, hit the little bell for your notifications when the podcast is posted, and like, follow, and share with your friends. We hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment if there's any topics that you want us to speak about.
Like, follow, share.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jenny. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Spiritual Grind, the first episode of season 3.
Yeah. Happy 2026.
J126, January 1st, 2026.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Do you
It's hard to
remember-
believe we've been going that long.
Do you remember back when, there was a late night show on after the news at night, and they used to do a skit called In the Year 2000. Do you remember that?
No.
No, I think that may have been Jay Leno's.
Yeah, I didn't participate a lot in
Late night television.
television just really has never been a big thing for me. Movies, yes.
Yes.
I watch movies all the time, but just general television,
Just don't go.
I just never really, and stupid commercials and all that jazz.
But here's the eve. We are on the eve of our app being launched.
We are.
Lucidium World is coming out really soon. We're about to roll the early bird signups starting tomorrow. Going to be on the commercials will go live tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be lots of fun. Can't wait. And we want to thank everybody because this is our 3rd season. And we want to thank you guys, everybody, for listening.
Thank you, everybody, for supporting us.
Yes, totally. 58 countries.
This has just been a really cool journey. We enjoy doing our podcast.
We do.
I love getting on there and seeing how many different areas of the world that we're being listened to in, and
Yep.
just really love the
It is a lot of fun.
interaction.
It's a lot of fun,
So
actually.
thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah, totally. And we appreciate y'all supporting us. And if you want to support it financially, y'all are welcome. We always tell everybody, do not donate anything you can't afford. But you do not have to continue to listen to us.
That's
and so,
right.
But you can go to our website at www.themerckcenters.org
Yeah.
and click on support our cause. Because that is our main cause, is to make sure or get the word out to everybody the most that we can of how life how much your life can be fun.
It can. It definitely can.
And it's a lot of fun. Are you ready for this show's subject?
I'm ready for the topic. Do tell.
So everybody does all these weird things, and let me explain to you. They on Christmas we buy a bunch of gifts and give them as presents instead of just doing it all year long. We thank veterans on Veterans Day. We think about the passed on Memorial Day. We give flowers and stuff on Valentine's Day, and then we come to the end of the year, and we put a New Year's resolution out there to be better than the previous year, but yet we do the same thing over and over and over.
Right.
Rinse and repeat.
Do the same thing, expecting different results.
Yes. And then you have this, you toast and you expect that you speak it into reality, and the reality is very simple, is if you live daily with resolutions or intentions, as we call it, then New Year's resolutions are pretty mute.
Yeah, because most of the time people are putting your resolution out there anyway, just so they can fit into the general population, like, because everybody's doing it. Let me just throw some shit out there. And most people don't even really have the actual desire for the intention to, like, okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Most of those intentions or resolutions
right.
hold that energy.
Correct.
Because if it's something that you truly want by God and you're
You
going to
wouldn't wait
make
till
it
December
happen,
31st to do it.
you don't wait till the end of the year or the first of the
That's
next
right.
year to set that in motion. And once you come to the place where you're creating this intention and you want it, you're going out doing whatever it takes to make that
Right.
happen, whatever it is.
Be it a job, be it money, whatever it is.
Right.
And here's the other part of that is a lot of people create New Year's resolutions because of how they want to view themselves differently, or they want things differently, but yet they aren't doing it throughout the year. They're only doing it on one day, and then they expect this magic miracle to happen when, as soon as 12:31 or 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning hits, and the new day changes, that suddenly this resolution just happens.
This is going to manifest.
It's just going to manifest right in front of them. They're going to get their
Bippity boppity boo. And your fairy godmother with the wave of her wand,
right.
and it appears.
And so, like, a lot of these people, like I got asked last night, what are my resolutions, or do I have anything I want to, resolute for next year? And I was like, no, I happen to like my life the way it is.
Yeah.
And he said, nothing really. He said, everybody does a resolution. I'm like, well, I do them daily. I talk about anything that I want to change in my life. I do it daily. And I put in not only the spiritual work and the belief work, but the human work as well.
Right. It's just not
accomplish it.
Right. It's not just a spoken statement.
That's correct.
We do on a daily basis set our intentions.
Yep.
Then we clear any beliefs that pop up around that so that it's a smooth coming into fruition.
Yep.
And then we do the third piece, which a lot of people forget to do. Listen, the mechanism of creation does not look like this. Let me repeat. It does not look this way. Where you're sitting, you set an intention, and then you sit leg folded in a meditation state, waiting for it to just pop into play.
Right.
It does not happen that way.
That's correct.
You've got to have active involvement.
Yes.
When you set an intention and you do your belief work, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to have motivated, desired nudge that's given to you intuitively by your guides, universe, whatever you're calling it.
Right.
Turn right here. Go to town and go to this place. There's inspired action that goes on all along the way to help get you in alignment with this thing that you've asked for, or things.
Right.
If you're sitting on your butt, not doing any of those action steps, or not taking any action, or making excuses as to why not to when a breadcrumb is handed to you.
Right.
Like if somebody crosses your path and literally hands you the keys to something, and you are making up excuses as to why it's not going to work, and so you take no action upon the very answer that was given to you.
Right.
Eventually the universe is going to say, okay, why the hell are we handing you shit if you're not going to get up off your butt and do something?
Right. You're not going to do anything with it.
You've got to have some action behind the words.
Correct. I looked at some stuff up yesterday, and only 7% of the resolutions that are made on New Year's Eve actually come to fruition. And the number one resolution is...
Oh, do tell.
What do you think it is?
More money.
It isn't. It's kind of incorporated, yes. It is a better paying job. So people got smart over the years to make their resolutions better. So they incorporated more money and a better job. And now they just put it into a better paying job in the resolution. And
it's a fine intention.
Yep.
But if you're not doing anything, and so, for example, on that resolution, some of the action steps may be, okay, it's time to update your resume.
Right.
So get your butt up, go to your little handy dandy computer, update your resume.
Yep.
And
put it out there,
polished up, and then start putting it out there for the job that you want.
That's right.
And if you don't do those things and you don't put yourself out there,
yeah,
how can you get
I was
a better paying job?
I was taught that in high school, actually, by my personal development teacher. He said, those people that quit at overachieving are the ones that quit looking for better opportunities. And he also said this, that opportunity without commitment does not go anywhere.
That's right.
And so, but that kind of falls right into the same thing. Is these people are making these resolutions, and it's not coming to fruition because first of all, they're not doing what you said. They're not doing the work. They're not, declaring their beliefs behind it. And the reality is nobody really believes it.
Right.
They'll put a resolution out there, and they don't believe it'll come true.
Right.
They'll put it out there in wishful that it'll come true.
Okay.
And the reality is because you don't believe it, it won't come true.
Yep.
And so you're in a double-edged sword, because if you don't see your life as something you want to change, but yet you want to do a resolution to get something better, then why?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen until you believe that it's something you want, and then you do your intention, or AKA resolution. Mm-hmm. Make sure your beliefs are out of the way before you do the resolution, and then you put in that human work. Do it. Right. Go do it. There was a guy that used to be on TV. I can't remember. It was on something on Laugh Factory, I think. He was a big guy, really big dude, and he sold these shirts, and it said "Do work." That's all it said, is "Do work," and that was his message to everybody. Is without work, without you doing the work, and that includes belief, all that stuff. That's all work. That's human work. Yeah. And it will create a situation, or repetitively, that you will actually start accomplishing your intentions and your resolutions. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so now you got to ask yourself, why are you doing the resolution?
Well, the first thing I would encourage everybody to do is look at the word work.
Yeah.
And see if that definition has been brought up to speed. Because work does not mean that you have to be exhausted and overspread yourself, sweat, tears, all of that. Now, there are some parts and pieces of it that it may kind of feel that way at first. But if you're doing your passion, we are living this right now.
Totally.
If you're doing your passion, and this happened just yesterday or day before, we look up and it's already 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, no, it was almost 7.
7 o'clock in the evening. And we had been working on our individual work. We were
laughing and
our individual tasks within what we do working from home now. And pass time very quickly because we are doing what we have passion and joy for doing.
Correct.
And so it doesn't feel like work. And so we put in, a 10, 12-hour day, and before you know it, the day's passed by. And so that's the key to remember is if you'll just align with what your true gut passion and desire is, and just take a chance.
Yep.
We did a podcast that I uploaded on Tuesday about fear. Get out of that fear.
Yep.
Take that first step towards what your true passion is. And if you're not even sure what that passion is, and you think, is this my true passion? Test it out.
Right. Go try something different.
Try it and see.
Right.
And if it's not, that's fine. At least you know.
Right.
And then that way it opens up a door for the next thing to come in to test.
Right.
It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Our
friends of ours came real quick. Our friends that came to dinner, the wife said, "God, you guys have done so much in such a short amount of time."
Yeah.
We get that all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yep.
And it's because we put ourselves out there. We go out and we're not afraid and not hesitant to get out there.
Do something new.
Do it.
Yep.
And if it fits, it fits.
I mean, people would think what we're doing now is crazy.
Yeah.
We're literally taking our life savings and we're putting it into an app and we're going all in, man.
Yeah. We've already gone all in. But we just do it.
Yep.
We just jump out there and we do it. And if it fits and we ride that wave for a while, then we do. If it doesn't, and we're like, we tried that.
Right.
And we don't like it. Then we get out and we move on to something else, kind of like truck driving.
Yep.
Or
diving or whatever.
We did truck driving for a while because we had a different perspective. I wanted to go learn how, and I thought I could travel around the world and get paid
for it. It ain't like that, by the way.
It ain't like that.
Disclosure: you don't get paid to travel because you drive a truck.
That's right. You get paid to travel, all right,
Yeah.
but you get to see a lot of warehouses and a lot of the not so pretty parts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You
But
get
we
2.5 days every 10 days.
we had the ability to try it. We tried it. We decided it didn't work for us, so we just changed.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
Yeah, and so give yourself like flexibility.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that if you jump out there and try it, that, okay, this is the one thing I've got to do for the rest of my life in order to be successful.
Right.
You can change it tomorrow if you do it and hate it.
That's correct.
But if you don't ever even try, how are you going to even know?
Like I remember when I don't remember when this was. I was on Facebook here probably a year or so ago, and a guy that I went to high school with reached out to me, and he said, and I'm sorry if you're listening because I know you listen to our podcast. He said, "What do I have to do to get the job that I want to do?" And I said, "Well, what job is it?" And he told me, and he said, "I wouldn't." I said, "Well, did you go apply? Did you set your intentions? Did you identify the contrast of why you don't like what you're doing, and then set your intentions on what you want this job to look like?"
Right.
And he's like, we went through all this, and then I think he sent me a message probably a week or so later. I went and applied over there. I said, great. And then probably a couple of days later, he sent another message that said, man, this ain't working. I'm like, why? He said, they hired me.
They hired me.
What do you mean this is not working? It's exactly what you wanted.
Right.
And he's like, well, they only gave me a part-time job. Okay. So, this means one of two things. One, they want to make sure that you can promise that you can do what you promise. Or two, you weren't clear on your intentions and what you wanted.
Exactly.
And he's like, well, I just don't know if I should take it. And I was like, well, if you don't take it, you just close the door on your own intention.
Yeah.
Because you've got to trust that everything you put in place is going to work the way you want it to work.
Yeah.
And just because it's how you view it to work doesn't mean it's going to be how it works.
Right.
But the door's there. The job you want is there. And they're giving you an opportunity to prove yourself.
Yeah. You're giving yourself an opportunity to prove yourself.
You've created
That's the rabbit hole part of that little story.
Yeah.
We all create our own reality. He is giving himself a tiny little opportunity to prove to himself that he can do it.
That's right.
Because he was unsure whether he could do the job.
Right. He's
so rather
not that kind of
than
in-depth
giving
guy.
himself an opportunity to go full time and all in,
Right.
he created a part-time position that was half committal.
Half committed, right.
So he could go and try it and kind of like validate to himself, okay, I can do this.
But now
that's what that's about.
So his beef with it is now he works his full-time job and then they're offering him part-time hours to go do this job. And I said to him, are you going to do it? I'm going to give up all of my days off. So are you going to humanly commit to what you spiritually intended?
For, right.
What you said. So if you're not going to commit to it, you're never going to get that position because you have to make a commitment to follow through with what you intended. And you have to let and trust that spirit or your higher self is going to gain the spot that you want through your own commitment, because you can't do it without human action.
That's right.
And you can sit there and want the perfect job your entire life. You can look at other people and say, man, I want that guy's life, or I want that girl's life. I want to do this, I want to do that. But if you don't actually put the work in place, it's pointless.
Well, yeah, you're going to continue to validate within yourself. I'm essentially an old dog who can't learn new tricks, and
right.
I'm not going to take this job because I'm in a self-sabotage freaking pattern, and I haven't convinced myself in my unconscious world that I can actually do the job.
Right.
And that's why he created a part-time position for himself. That's the rabbit hole part of this.
Well, because, that's a part
And if
of...
he doesn't go and take that part-time position, then he's going to just validate to his little monkey mind that he can't do it, and it doesn't work out,
Yeah.
and create this whole dumbass story, and he'll stay in the whole dead end position
Yep.
he's in that he hates. So,
And that, that's another part of it, is when you're in that spot and it is dumped in your lap, and then you want to stop and find the contrast in what you just committed and what you've just intended and created, and will leave the commitment out of it. And so you have to ask yourself, why? Why do you do that?
yeah.
Why have I intended this, and now it's put in my lap, and now I'm finding the contrast, or the reason why you don't like what you just created.
Right. Exactly.
And so that that turns into beliefs. You got to find out the belief behind it. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that you can set your own intentions and get your job that you want? Do you believe that you can actually do that job?
Right.
And because, we see it a lot. People get envious, because that's another thing it said in that study last night was people set resolutions for better paying jobs, better high paying jobs.
Yeah.
But yet you're doing it out of envy.
Yes.
Because you see somebody else doing it or having this stuff, and you become envious of what they have.
Right. And so two things on that, and you're spot on exactly. Envy is a whole different vibration. So when you're setting intentions from one of those lower level vibrations, it can get a little wonky as to what you create. So be careful what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Because you'll create some weird wonkiness like a part-time position. The other thing is that the reason envy shows up is because you're looking at someone's life. You're viewing it as the perfect life.
Right.
Instead of taking the parts and pieces and saying, I want this.
Right.
And really getting clear about what you want your life to look like, your own life.
Right.
You just want to be Xerox copied into their life.
Right.
Not knowing what they went through to get there. Not knowing what the back end part of what they're having to deal with is, or what they are currently going through.
Right.
So then the universe says, okay, we're going to copy and paste. Are you sure that's what you want? And you find out that, shit, they had to go through some shit to have this life.
Right.
Or, ooh, I don't really want this part and that part. And so I always come in, and this is when I say, precision of words, sir. You've got to really be precise on what it is you're intending and what your intentions are, because just because something, it's that whole adage that goes around, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
In either direction. Don't judge it as being bad, and don't judge it as being perfectly good, because you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes or on the back end of things.
And that's the truth, is when you do a resolution or you set an intention, and then you clear your beliefs behind it before you set the intention or the resolution, and you've checked in with it, and it's what you want. And then, like, we see this a lot, like for him, Spirit just gave him breadcrumbs, and he's not following the breadcrumbs.
Right.
Because if it's truly a passion that you want to do, Spirit or your higher self is going to align you with it. But you have to be willing to accept it the way the crumbs come to you.
Yep.
Because all it is giving it to you the way that you need it.
Yep.
And I've heard them so many times in my life, is God will only give you what you can handle.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. And no matter what you believe in or how you believe, if you set that intention, you clear your beliefs, and you put the energy in the right direction, when it comes in your way, you have to be willing to accept those breadcrumbs.
Right, exactly. And act on them.
Right. And especially if it's a passion. If it's a passion, it's the best way to move into your best life.
I think the other thing to add here is, and this is only because this is how our journey goes sometimes, in embracing the weirdness about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because you create a story in your head of, okay, this is the thing that I've intended, I'm willing to do the work 100%, but I think, and in my story that I've created, it's going to look like XYZ.
Right.
But if it comes to you looking like ABC, but you still end up with the same end result, you've got to be malleable enough to let ABC come and following the weirdness of it.
Right.
You know, if you wanted to go to town to get something and you get this nudge all of a sudden to turn left, but you normally go to this place turning right, following that nudge, because following that nudge will put you in some place in front of some person, in front of something that's going to take and lead you to the next thing.
Because you've set your intentions.
Right.
It's so crazy.
And so when you get to a point when you can see that and it becomes fun.
Right.
And intriguing, like we do it a lot of time. It happened just the other day. I was like, okay, well, when we get to the car, I don't know why, but I am being nudged to check your medication bottles.
Right. Yep.
And you just follow it.
Right.
I still to this day don't know why, because they were all correct and accurate. I don't know why I needed to stop and make sure that the stuff was in the bag and it was in there correctly.
Yep.
But I didn't question it. I just stopped and did it.
Right. That's correct.
Or I'll say to you, I don't know why yet, but we need to turn left here.
Okay.
But you'll do the same thing. Yep. You're like, I don't know.
I'm just going this way. I don't know why.
I don't know why yet, but I did it
yesterday.
Something's telling me to do this.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, here we go.
Or I'll walk up and talk to people and you'd be like, you'll ask me why I'm talking to them. I'm like, I don't know. I was just moved to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that happens a lot, actually.
Right.
For me, a lot, especially. I just randomly will start talking to people and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I just follow it. And it's those breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Because there's been multiple times that those conversations turn into other things.
That's absolutely correct.
I mean, multiple times.
Yep.
You know, and here's another thing that's funny about the statistics I pulled up. Is the number 2 is want to have more money.
Want to have more money.
That's the number 2 resolution. So the number 1 is the higher, better paying job.
Yeah.
And the number 2 is I just want to have more money.
Right.
And so this happens to us a lot.
Yeah.
We have a tendency to make things better for everybody around us.
Yeah.
And, that's our intention and that's how we do it. And then, like for example, we went to that real estate investing class in Tampa.
Yes.
And how many of those people actually do investing? They had this perfect class dropped in their lap that they had to pay for, and it was not cheap because we went to it.
Yeah.
But yet, they don't follow through with it.
Right.
Why don't they? Why don't they? When you're getting a breadcrumb in your life, and it's something that you want, you created a resolution to go do it, but yet you're still not just doing it. Because it's what causes that? It's fear or other things. It could be a belief. But still, that's another part of this resolution conversation today in intention setting is if you actually done the work, like this was human work. You got up, you went to the meeting, you sat through 3 days of meetings and classes like we did. Mm-hmm. But yet you still make a new resolution 4 months later that you want more money. Mm-hmm. Things get dropped in your lap and you have not done anything with it. Right. I see that a lot.
Yep, we do.
Because it's a fear. They're like, yeah, I really want that, but do you really want it? Mm-hmm. Are you really willing to go do it no matter what the cost? Like we are with the app.
Yeah.
We've taken all our money. We have went into the app. We are all in.
Yep. Yep.
And in 6 months, it's going to be awesome because I know it is.
Yeah.
Actually, it's already awesome, but it's going to be, I guess it is going to fulfill all of the things in my life. Like I told you this morning, 2026 is going to be the best year that you've ever experienced.
I'm ready.
And
I am ready.
And that's just the way you have to believe. I know that. I believe it within my soul. That that's what's going to be. 2026 is going to be the best year ever.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be the best year for me that I've ever experienced.
Yep.
But I believe that, and I'm willing to do the work. We do the work every single day.
We do. Yep.
And so, but we're living our best life because we're living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're
run
doing
into
our
people
passion
all day long that say, "Oh my gosh, I would give anything to live that way."
Right.
Well, then do it.
Then do it. Then go do it.
Yeah.
Are you scared? I mean, it's fear.
It is. It's definitely fear.
You remember
And
back in the
you gotta
80s
be
and
able
90s?
to come out of that fear and just take a leap of faith,
Faith,
so to
yeah.
speak, and just do it. Like put yourself out there, whatever that is.
And there's
I'm sorry. Let me
go ahead.
I want to put this little nugget in there. You remember several years ago, our oldest son came to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And at this time, he was a personal trainer, and
he was working for somebody that he wasn't really
doing
happy
some
with.
lab. He was a lab technician.
Phlebotomy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was really wanting to get into computer programming.
Yeah, coding.
And I guess this has been, gosh, I don't know, 5
years now
ago.
4 years? 4 years, I think.
And we had the conversation with him, and we were like, okay, because I guess the point I'm trying to make is we teach everybody, even our own children.
The same thing.
And we walked him through the process, and it was like, okay, you're never going to know if you don't put yourself out there.
Right.
No has not killed anybody.
Nope.
And go apply for the job.
He said that.
If you don't apply for the job, then you don't know what they're looking for. Right. And you don't know what to tweak to be able to be looked at for the job. So put yourself out there and apply for the job, take the feedback, and then do something with it to
No, I think this conversation
forward.
was when he was thinking about going to college for that, not to get a job yet.
No, he wanted a new job.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to actually go to work for them because in his mind he was thinking he would do on-the-job training.
Oh, yeah.
And go up the ladder of that.
Right.
While he did doing like night classes.
Right. He just
college.
graduated from college for coding, actually. What, last October?
No, in November.
November?
Yeah. He just graduated in November 11th, I believe.
Yeah. And I remember like 3 days later after I had this conversation, he came and he's like, okay, I enrolled this morning.
I did. He did after we had that conversation. And he had, prior to that, he went ahead and put his
job application
out there. And he actually got some IT technical job.
Right.
And
in
he
the same
was
company he's still with,
surprised that he got the job.
Yeah.
He had to work his way up because I think first he started at the lower end.
Right.
But he put himself out there is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
He didn't have anything on his resume that had any past experience in that area, but he wanted to change.
Correct.
And we got him to a place of doing the work and then putting himself out there, applying for the jobs.
And the calls late at night when he was worried about being able to actually do it when he got the job. I remember that.
Right, because then he called us and he had 2 different companies wanting to give him a job. And so remember, we talked him through the different jobs and the pay different components and all of that. And he was like, I don't know which one to take. And we're like, okay.
Which one
family
feels better?
Meeting.
Yeah.
Let's break it down. So he ended up getting a job.
And now he's not even at the same place. He's already moved on to something else.
Right.
But
I mean,
he's doing coding, but he's still doing his passion, which he still loves. Like he's still talking about going back to get his master's. After he just graduated.
Yeah.
And so
right.
And but he's living his passion. And his life has changed completely.
Absolutely. It has made
I don't think I've heard him say anything about finances in years.
No. He's very comfortable. He has worked himself up to a supervisory position.
Yeah.
But the first action step was to fill out the application and put
it was
your
a
resume.
breadcrumb from a friend or something, right?
I don't really remember.
I know he wanted to do coding, and then a friend or something said, "Hey, this company I work for is hiring."
Oh yeah. I think you're right.
And then I remember him and I sitting on the patio, and he was like, "I just don't know. I can't do it yet. I can't apply for the job yet." I'm like, "Why can't you
do that job? I don't know how."
I remember that conversation
because we had the conversation of, Okay, well, did you know how to do the job you're in now when you first took it? No, they trained you, right? And he's like, yeah. And I said, well, I can tell you as a manager and having employees, I don't expect you to come in and know how to do the job. I am going to teach you how to do the job.
Right. And because I don't want you to have bad habits.
Yeah.
I'd almost rather have people that don't have experience.
Right.
And teach them how I expect it to be done.
Yeah. And so we walked him through that part of it.
Yeah.
They're going to train you how to do it.
Yeah. And he put himself out there, and it's been very, very successful.
Yeah.
Because, yes, and he had the human beliefs that took him to a spot where he had doubts, and he thought he was going to fail, and we just talked him through it, and that's the same thing you do to yourself. So when you get those breadcrumbs, you have to follow through it with it. You have to go do it, especially if it's your passion.
Yeah.
If it's something that you truly are passionate about, and you get breadcrumbs and you don't follow them, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right. And then that's where the regret will come in.
Correct. Somewhere down the road, you say, man, I wish I'd have done that.
I wished I would have done that, or I wished I had done this, or whatever. And then you have regret.
And that's the same thing. Everybody talks about with us, is they always say, well, y'all have done a lot. I live without regret. I don't regret taking chances.
Right.
And so because I take the chances, I don't care.
Yeah.
And some of the, like I went to a seminar in Dallas about wealth, about developing personal wealth. Mm-hmm. And the guy said in the very beginning of the meeting, he said something that's still stuck in my head. And he said, if you look at that quarter as a quarter, then it's never going to turn into $1. And he said, you have to believe that about yourself. So I'll explain it.
Juicy carrot sandwich.
Because everybody was saying, what do you mean? If you look at a quarter, it stays a quarter.
I love it.
and so I carried it on because I've actually used that. I've also, it's kind of that same phrase of a dollar waiting on, or a dime waiting on a dollar, or a dollar waiting on a dime. It's kind of that same thing. But if you continue to look at that as a quarter, instead of that quarter can turn into something else, then you're not going to change anything about what you want in your financial life.
Yeah.
And because that quarter today could be put into a slot machine and pulled the arm and turned into something else. You don't know. But if you look at it as just a quarter, then you're giving yourself a disservice. It's the same way. If you look at yourself the same way, if you look at yourself as that same quarter, as the quarter, say you are the quarter, pretend, and you have a passion to be something else, but yet you're looking at yourself as a quarter, you're going to continue to stay a quarter. And that's just how that's what people look. They expect to change, but yet they're still looking at themselves the same way and not changing the way they look at themselves or following the breadcrumbs of life.
Right. And so what that basically comes down to is getting to a place where you can redefine your underlying identity and not hold on to that identity and redefine that.
That's right.
And then live life and act as that person.
Right.
The new identity you lives and acts.
Like, here's a prime
If you want to
example.
be an author and that's your passion, then get off of your tushy, start to write whatever it is.
Right.
Even if you don't know the first stinking thing about it, write it down.
Right.
Do something. Think about, and I'm speaking personally, I wanted to write a book.
Yep.
And I wanted to be this author of content.
Right.
And so I says, okay, how would that aspect of me live? What would that aspect of me do on a daily basis? Well, I would guess that person would get up. They would go sit at their little writing desk. They would take their little handy dandy pen out and they would write some shit down.
Right.
And so that's what I did, one little step at a time. And the next thing you know, there is so much information that comes out of my little head onto a slab of paper all day, every day. It's like just opening that door, opened up a treasure trove of just information and creative ways to get it down. Now I have the podcast we do.
Yeah.
I have
The
my own
blog.
personal blog, To the Edge and Back with Jenny, where
Yep.
I write articles. Sometimes, just like
Keynote speaker.
keynote speaker.
Yep.
Sometimes, like yesterday, I had a topic in mind and I was writing my article so I could have some content to post. It turned into a 4-part thing because the information just kept coming. And now it might actually be the backbone to
Right.
another book, right?
Yeah, get it.
And, that all just happened in what I think I've been doing the lifestyle for about 6 months.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
I do have a book published already.
Yeah.
So I
And a couple others
am
written.
an author
Yep.
with a published content.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is take note
Yep.
of that version of you and what would life look like if you were living that life.
Right. And that's really the big part about what you're saying is, like he said, if you look at yourself as a quarter, you're never going to be a dollar.
Right.
And if you look at yourself, like I did this myself when we first started doing this app, and I was having to do a lot of I had to learn a whole lot about coding
Yeah.
and stuff overnight. But I don't know how many times I caught myself saying, I'm a restaurant guy.
What am I doing this for?
What am I doing this?
Old dog can't learn new tricks.
Right.
Yeah, we had to work through all of that.
And then so that's where change doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Is when you continue to label yourself as like I did as a restaurant guy.
The old you.
Yeah, as the old you, I'm not ever going to morph into the new me.
Yeah.
And so once I got past that point, suddenly I could learn the code. I could HTML. I did all this stuff.
Right.
And I've learned how to audit videos. I've learned how to audit audio. I went through this
video.
because I removed my label.
Yeah.
And that's kind of another part of that resolution is if you put something out there that you want to do something different, then you have to label yourself as that different.
Yeah, that's right.
Until
do
the breadcrumb.
actions
That's right.
Of that character.
And then stop and pick up those breadcrumbs and put them in your pocket.
Yeah.
And go do them.
That's right. Try it.
Because you'll find out that you're much better than you think you are.
Yes, indeed.
Like we had somebody just recently say, I'm a hair cutter, but I want to do this.
Right.
I'm a barber, but I want to do this.
Yeah. Right.
And so if you don't want to be a barber anymore, and we love you so much, and I know you listen to these, if you want to do something else, quit calling yourself a barber.
That's right.
Call yourself what you want to be.
Yeah.
And follow the breadcrumbs that you get handed you.
Buy the props.
Yep.
That will get you into the character.
That's correct.
So another game I played is, I created the Merck Centers.
Yep.
And the Merck Centers is metaphysical, education, research, coaching, counseling. That's what the center is.
Stands for. That's what it stands for, yeah.
And part of what it's designed to do is research.
Right.
And I would do these imagery visualizations of looking at water under a microscope, doing sound research, and all these different things. I went on Amazon, found a lab coat that would embroidery.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a realistic vision board. You're not just cutting the images out to tape to a vision board.
Right.
You're creating a real live vision board. Of course, I have vision boards on my phone that I've created, but I found a lab coat in the perfect color pink. I had the Merck Centers and my name, Dr. Jenny, embroidered on the coat, and I bought the thing.
And you never had any idea what this was going to morph into.
I had no idea.
You just put it out there, you wanted it, and now it turned, and you believed it. You created the reality.
I knew that it was going to turn into something. I just didn't know what.
Right.
But I did not, within my budget, I thought, I can handle like $12, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. It's $12, $15.
Right.
But I bought the costume for part of that character as bringing it into your realization.
Right.
And so anytime you can viscerally experience the realization of your vision board, whatever that is, do it.
Correct.
Even like people that are trying to intend a new car. go sit in the car
Yeah.
at the dealership. Even if you have no
Go test drive it.
intentions of buying it that day, even if you have no intentions of even working up the financial aspect of it,
Right.
go smell it, go touch it, go sit in it,
Lick the handle.
go test drive it, go lick the handle. I don't know that if I would recommend that. Whatever you can do to begin to establish the realness of
Yep.
living the way that person who has or owns the thing that you want as real as possible, so that you can feel what it feels like and you can smell what it smells like.
That's right. Yep.
Incorporating all of those senses, the
Which what
easier
you're,
it is to find the vibration of
which
it.
is what you're explaining is you're actually you're living the real environment of it
Right.
and creating the energy of it in yourself.
Until you can
Until
actually
you can
manifest
actually
the
manifest
thing.
it. That's correct.
That's
100%
right.
right.
That's what I'm
That's the
reiterating.
key to resolutions is by doing it daily, not once a year.
That's right.
Any of the other stuff.
Yep. That's
Look,
right.
I
I
thought that
mean,
was-
like with our Jeep
Yeah.
Gladiator, how many times did we go to the dealership and just sit in them, look at them, touch
got-
them,
right.
smell them?
And just know this, guys. We could have bought that. We could have bought the Gladiator anytime we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we didn't because it didn't feel right yet.
That's right.
And so, but we did go. Like I had to be 5 or 6 times at the Jeep dealership and look at them.
Yeah, we did.
And then when the perfect one dropped in our lap, we bought it
That's right.
when it felt right.
That's right.
And that's the key to it is
You'll
those
know.
more of those breadcrumbs you follow,
Yeah.
you'll understand more.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what it is,
Yeah.
it's definitely a complete circle.
As you practice it,
That's right.
you'll know more and more, and you'll be able to do it. And you'll be able to do it just this second nature.
Correct.
It'll rewire your second nature behavior to where it's almost just automatic.
100%. 100%
So-
right. How do you feel?
I feel really good.
I feel
but
good. That
I
was a
mean,
good
I'm
topic.
living the dream, man.
I know. I feel like that's a good topic.
Yeah. So,
But hey, guys, y'all pay attention. www.lucidiumworld.com.
it's exciting, guys.
And be watching for the ads, or you can go to the website and hit on the early bird link,
yeah.
and you can get signed up. And there's 30% off the first year total.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you buy annual, so you'll get it. I mean, basically, you're gonna get 4 months free.
Yep.
That's just how it
It'll
goes.
also, won't it put you into the beta group?
That's where I was
'Cause
going
we're
next.
about
Yep.
to go into beta.
We're going to start collecting beta group, and we're going to end the beta testing at 500 people.
Yeah.
You're going to get all sorts of fancy stuff in the game if you sign up early. You're going to find out. You're going to get all sorts of things. You're going to get Lyra bonus. You're going to get early bird chase card. You're going to get a beta tester chase card that's going to be it's limited. Only so many people have it ever.
Yeah.
And then once we get into printing those, you'll get those printed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and all sorts of things. You have.
And you'll notice that we went, so when we were going to do the first app, we were only going to do 100 beta.
Right.
And we increased it to 500 with this one because we have such a high demand of people wanting in the beta on the first round
Yeah.
that we had to make more slots
Right.
so that we could actually incorporate more people. So guys, don't wait till the last minute
Right.
because the slots will be gone.
And
And
right.
those are given to us not by our choosing. We have
No.
to ask for certain
number.
of them. And like I said, we increased it. We got the next level of slotting because we had such a high demand of people wanting in on the beta that we went ahead and increased it on this next go around.
Well, and also you get to, and that is a drop dead number, 500 people period, and the early bird is drop dead at 1,000.
That's right.
Once and we'll allow people to sign up after that, but the early bird special will not be there.
Yeah,
It's
it'll go
1,000
away.
people only.
Yeah, it'll go
Um,
away.
Anyway, check out the website, www.themerccenters.org. And you can follow, and share this. And hey, if y'all would, share it with a friend. Share it with one person for the new year. It's the first episode of season 3.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you sharing it.
Check out lucidiumworld.com and share that.
Share that
If
too.
there's
Yep.
some, illustration that you like, leave us comments.
Leave us a comment. Correct.
We love those kinds of interactions. If there's some idea that you have that you want to put out there, share the comments with us. We
Correct.
love that kind of interaction. So
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we appreciate y'all listening, and we hope that you have one awesome day and New Year.
yeah, love you.